Today, I wanted to talk to you about accelerator programs. I've been taking a break from YouTube because we've been working with so many of them. So I thought it's a good chance to share with all of you how to choose the right accelerator program because they can make or break your startup. First of all, accelerator programs are not just about funding. The right program will give you mentorship, structure, real connections. It will help you build your network of founders and of investors, potential mentors and advisors, connect you to the ecosystem of startup founders and investors, help you pressure test feedback, and so much more. My favorite takeaway when I used to go through accelerator programs with my company was always the community that I was able to build around that program experience, which is one of the things that I always stress to my founders now. Try to make as many friends as humanly possible because those people are going to be with you for many years to come while you're all scaling your startups together. But not every program is designed equal. Some truly help you scale and raise capital, and others will waste your time. So how do you tell the difference? And how do you know if you're the right fit for an accelerator program? I'm Anna, the CEO of Founders Registry, and I've helped founders raise over $150 million combined, helping them get into programs such as Combinator, Techstars, Black Ambition, but also international programs that we have worked with in Mexico and all over Europe. I'm also a Techstars alumni myself, and my very first accelerator program was MassChallenge that I did almost a decade ago at this point. A lot of accelerator programs actually hire me and my team to come in and run their programming for them, or they will invite us to do certain things with their cohort. For example, I will come in and help with the fundraising strategy for all of the founders, or I will come in and host weekly huddles where all of the founders, while going through the experience of a program, will meet once a week with me and my team, give us feedback, ask questions, and just have someone that they can confide in while going through that high pressure time of their lives. I also host a lot of workshops for accelerator programs, from social media for founders to fundraising to growth vehicles. We try to help wherever we can fill in gaps to support our ecosystem of founders as good as possible. Now let's talk about what accelerator programs actually do. One of my favorite things about programs is that they provide you a structure and accountability. You will set goals and you will have people that track those goals together with you, that hold you accountable, that make sure that they connect you with people that will actually help you achieve those goals. And you will have thought partners that you can bounce ideas off. Good programs will make sure that you get strategic and valuable feedback. So please, if you're a founder and you go through an accelerator program, do not get offensive. It's not about your ego. You need to view this as an opportunity to get incredible, honest, and valuable feedback from mentors that you would usually not share the room with. So take their feedback and know that everyone that is part of an accelerator and its ecosystem has your best interest in mind. They all want to see you succeed. So take that feedback and see how you can use it to then get to the next stage of your company. A good program is going to give you access to investors and partners. And again, one of my favorite parts, the founder community that you will get. Trust me, when you're a founder, it is going to be a long and oftentimes lonely journey. So having a network and a group of other founders that are at the same stage of their founder's journey as you are can truly be a game changer. So first, let's talk about what you should do. Number one, you have to do your research. Every program has a different thesis and a different focus and a different network. So you need to find one that makes sense for you, not just one that looks good on social media. Make sure that it's one that actually fits what you are trying to build. Check who they have funded before. So figure out who are their alumni. How do those alumni talk about the program and what's the feedback that you can get? I would suggest that you could even reach out to someone that has gone through the program on LinkedIn and ask them if they would give you 15 minutes of their time to give you a little bit of feedback and let you know whether or not they thought the program was helpful for them. One of the questions that I would ask them is what they thought the true value was. Because a lot of times accelerator programs will promote one thing, but if you talk to alumni, they will actually highlight something completely different. So for example, we heard of that one program that put a lot of effort into all of the different programming and the people they brought in. But because all of the people they brought in looked great on paper, however, they had never fundraised themselves and they just did not have the actual lived experience of what it meant to raise capital. Founders did not find that to be helpful whatsoever. You need people that have the actual experience of what it looks like to raise capital. And the only people that can give you that kind of experience are people that have successfully fundraised themselves. But oftentimes programs will be really proud of the things that they're teaching. But if you talk to alumni, they will say the real value is now having this huge group of founders from the cohort that have all become friends that are building with us together, that are helping for the mental health to not be alone. That whole friendship group was so worth it that it didn't matter that the programming might not have been right. From other founders, we have heard that they really appreciated the funding that they received, but they didn't really like the programming. Other founders have shared that they loved the programming a lot, but that at demo day, there were barely any investors. And so for them, it was really hard to connect to actual investors after they were done. So as you can tell, there's all kinds of different things that you have to take into considerations. If you have a tech company, for example, it would be wise of you to find an accelerator program that specifically focuses on tech. It's just going to help you. And they will also be able to connect you to a lot of thought leaders in the tech space, which can then be extremely helpful to build a strong advisory board, to get mentors that actually have been there and have done it, to potentially get partnerships with big tech companies, because a lot of their employees will be mentors in these programs. So find a program that really fits you. Treat the application like a pitch. You are pitching to them why you should be one of the founders that they're going to take a bet on and invite to their cohort. And once you're accepted into their program, make sure to be very clear on your goals. What is your goal as you go through that accelerator program? What do you want to achieve? And then make sure to communicate that with the managing director of that program to make sure that their goals for you and your goals for the startup are aligned. Now let's talk about what not to do. Number one, what I would never do, and that applies also for investors, is do not apply just to get the money. And I understand that a lot of times the money is a big incentive. But just like with investor money, if you take from the wrong people, you will regret that for the rest of your startup life. So don't do that. It's not worth it. You need to be focused on more than just the check. The true value, in my opinion, is the network that you can build and get out of going through a good program. Do not fake traction. That applies obviously to fundraising as well. Never fake traction. It is completely okay for you to take numbers that make you look good. Obviously, you want to present the metrics that are the strongest, but you have to be honest about your metrics. Also, don't apply to programs that are not a good fit for you. Don't try to be in a room that is not meant for you. Now, how do you decide if it's worth it? The best way to decide it is think about, does this program get what I am trying to build? Do I trust the people that are leading that program? Will this program expand my network and my access to investors, customers, or other support systems? Will I walk away with something concrete, such as a check, a pitch deck, or a really strong strategy moving forward? And if you can't answer most of these questions with a yes, then maybe keep looking for a program that fits your needs better. Incredible programs that I personally trust and that my founders have gone through and have given really good feedback about are, for example, Combinator, located in San Francisco, Techstars, located all over the world. Then you have more niche programs such as Black Ambition for Black and Latina founders. That program is remote, so you can apply from anywhere in the country. Then you have the LBAN initiative at Stanford. That's specifically for Latino startup founders, but most of the program is also remote. So you don't have to be at Stanford all of the time. I think you have to be there 2 or 3 times throughout their cohort. And then there are other ecosystems such as Black Girl Ventures, for example, that have a lot of different pitch competitions and events where you could also go to in order to practice pitching on stage, building out your network, and connecting to other movers and shakers in our industry. Then there is venture capital firms that have started having their own accelerator program. One of them being the venture capital firm Slauson, that also has an accelerator program called Family and Friends. And they just announced that they also have this summer in July in Los Angeles something called Summer School, which is a day-long workshop for early stage founders. And that's just to name a few. There are so many incredible ecosystems popping up every single day, doing so much to support founders. And I highly encourage you to apply to them. Because if you're a first-time founder, especially if you come from a systemically underfunded community, programs are a great way for you to build a network and to get your foot in the door and to get invited into the right rooms. I hope that all of this overview gave you some clarity. Me and my team have helped over 1,000 founders. Almost all of them have at one point gone through an accelerator program. And if you're thinking about applying to a program, reach out to me. And also don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to create another video that talks about the do's and don'ts when it comes to your application, because that's a whole other beast. And we have helped our founders get into some of the most prestigious programs across the world. So we truly know what we're talking about when it comes to optimizing your application to get into an incredible accelerator. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments and I'm going to try to get to them. And in the meantime, if you have any questions about the work that my company, Founders Registry, does, go to our website, foundersregistry.com, and you can check out all of the incredible work we've done with accelerator programs, but also with Founders One-on-One. And I hope to see you again soon.